Okay. So can we start image and ISO?
Yeah,
Who
you need
else
to
is
share
there?
the screen again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
So I'm going to cover ISO. So and then other way of creating images. So when you click on images, you have a couple of options like file, URL, public, virtual, and volume. So let's cover ISO first. I think most of us have created images already. So if you, from image type, if you select ISO, so from here actually you must have kept ISO file. So there are two options actually, file and URL. So right now I'm not showing file because file, if I try to upload from my machine, then it will take a lot of time to upload. So normally we use another server which is in Polo. I have to check the availability of that server. So from there we actually upload the file, which is faster. So right now, since we are in corp, I do not know any other machine from where I can upload the file. So let's select choose URL option, and then say I have hosted this ISO files in this particular server, which is in Colo. So this details depends on how you have hosted your file. If you have a NAS server or somewhere you have kept, so these things are optional. So if you have hosted in a way that you need username password, then you should give. Otherwise, we have kept it as optional here. And then the other configuration like network and what operating system, that details should you should give, so that you can see when the file is uploaded. In the description you will see what operating system version and all that. And if you are going to upload a ISO with some application, then you should select that. Then it will ask to give you size of the ISO. So normally Windows the UI have fixed not less than 15 GB. So if you try to give less than that, it gives you error. And then you can select any pool type. So I'll select SSD for now because it would be faster for us. And then there are options basically whether you want to create private, business, view shared, or public. So private is private to this particular project. View shared any project within this Swarupa view, and then we want to make it public to all view. And then if it is public, you can go and in ZS default project, from there admin can actually make it multi-view. So this option is given when you edit a multi-shared view image. Then while editing, basically if it is multi-shade, it doesn't show any option here because this was not there earlier. So now we are showing this option as disabled, so that you should know that it's a multi-shared, um, multi-view shared image. So let's make it public and so create image. So basically ISO, it creates a temporary installer VM wherein you go log into the VM, and then you basically specify whether you want to have this RDP enabled, and there are a couple of options there before you build a image, ISO to QCOW to image. So Once this installer VM is ready, then we'll log in and see what all options we have. I think rest of the options will take in another session when our Polo setup will be ready, because the file option will not be available. Let me just check. So we can show you, like, there are global settings for that um, here, where you can being not being in a VPN, you can actually upload a file. So actually we need to set this, and this setup is ready for only Polo environment. I don't think it is there for Pod. So we'll show you these things on next session. Basically in ISO there is a call UI makes. This is ISO converter call, which tells you the current progress of ISO. And this is the state of the VM which is accepted, like the temporary VM which it will create internally. So there are a couple of information here. UI reads this information to show you the progress here. These are the, if you have this post called that request blob which you have posted, this show you the entire detail, like what is the name, what is the minimum disk size you have given, the RAM and other properties which you have given. Like I didn't give any version or anything. So those details are there in the request block. And visibility is public. And a couple of more information here from where you are taking the ISO file and username, password, all that. Let me check the court NAS if it is available, because it is taking a lot of time.
Swarupa, this is Subhan here.
Yeah,
So this testing is like image backup and restore feature, right?
I'm not able to hear you, Shaban,
I'm
clearly.
saying that current testing what you're doing is it's image restore and backup, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This particular thing is ISO file. So if I have Windows ISO file, how to convert it to QCOW to image, that we are checking.
Okay.
Okay, so here it gives you to log into the installer VM. You have to install this ISO file like normally you install Windows. Then it will create the complete, once it completely installed, then you can log into that window. And then you can do some kind of installation, like if you want to have some application, you can install that application. And then you have to start zero step binary, which will convert this ISO file to final QCOW to image with all that application which you have installed and be available in the final image. Okay, so you are already logged into the VM. So this is our zero stack Windows image builder binary. So here basically you select couple of options like extend OS partition if you want to extend the partition later on, and then install these cloud-based tools, image tools, and then set an admin password here. So your image, final image will have same administrative password. And then if you want to enable RDP and then enable ICMP traffic, so a couple of options are already given. Enable networking. And then if you want to finally build your image. So this, when you say build image, this is the conversion process. Um, oh, we didn't install anything. Actually, normally I try to install either download Chrome or something or create a notepad. So the final image will have whatever you have installed in your installer bin. So this entire thing is one-time activity. Once the image is ready, then you can reuse like any other image. So this would take a couple of minutes. So it automatically shut down the image VM because it has started the conversion process. So you can actually refresh from here and see. So from 82, we are now 90%. So my image name was ISO, and we are the conversion type is QCOW. It's still Q.
Uh, what is the type mean? What's the type means here?
Can
Q. Can you hear me?
yeah, Shubhan, can you be a little louder?
Yeah, I'm saying. So there is a type column, right? What is that mean?
What is the type of the image? Like it's we actually uploaded ISO,
And
and
then
we are converting it to QCOW2.
okay, okay. So these are the only two top supported types, right?
No, no, we have raw as well, raw
Okay,
image.
okay. So we have raw and ISO and QCOW.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let it convert. So here actually we support couple of protocols. I have showed you HTTP. So say I want to create ISO and so basically, if you have hosted in a place where like you can support FTP, if you have hosted your Hives file in FTP server, or you can basically use HTTPS. So in our environment, we have created this. We support HTTP or HTTPS or FTP. So you can, while testing, we test with all the protocols. Normally this protocols is actually you're fetching in with these protocols either http or over http ftp or something. The
Okay.
conversion process for all of them is same. Now it is saving the final image in glass. Once it is active, then we can use this image to create VM.
So once you create an image here, how do you verify it in glance?
No need to verify. You would be able to create a Windows VM like from any other image, like how you create a VM, right? Like this, launch a VM,
Okay.
create a boot volume.
So you just validate it here by
Yeah.
creating.
Yeah. So you basically launch a VM and log into that VM. If,
Okay.
so that's how you verify that.
But you are not cross checking in anything in the glance, right?
No, no, no. No need to.
Okay.
If your image is working, you are able to launch a VM, and in that VM, you if you are able to log in and do other operation, then it's all fine.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So that this helps like when you basically we missed that part that we could have one notepad or downloaded a Chrome
Mhm.
browser or some application. So basically, when your final image is ready, you launch a VM, you can see those application being already present. So this is one time job for a administrator that uh, they deploy, they convert this ISO file to QCOW2, and while conversion, you deploy
Mm.
any application. So when
Okay.
you basically launch VM, in all the VMs, you will have those applications. Say you want to have a Citrix client or Oracle client or whatever. When you click on sync button, basically it makes couple of get calls to show this listing of this images table for this project. Apart from your ISO converter get call,
Mhm.
there are other calls for images.
Yeah.
This is image owner is your project ID. Likewise, all public images, those things.
So let's say there is the image creation phase. That failed information will be like showed here, or it's the, how do we figure out what would be the wrong, what went wrong?
Yeah, so it shows here like if it fails, it will show you why it failed, and then
Okay.
basically you can see like if you know in what was the status. Like this is like you're saving in glance, you can go and check in button log. But
Okay.
yeah, here we
Okay.
show the error.
Okay.
Actually, ISO errors are not so intuitive because the tool they use for this conversion doesn't give you very pinpoint errors. So basically, they give kind of a generic message most of the time. And apart from that, you can go and check at the backend logs. Anybody is planning to do UI automation out of this? So basically, then you have to how you ensure that ISO conversion is done. You have to launch a VM and be able to log into that VM with the administrative password which you gave in conversion binary, right? So those things would be part of your verification. So let it complete. Meanwhile, still have to be okay. Your import is completed. Here your image is active, right? Now you can actually launch a VM out of it. Mm, so this is showing you the image attribute. We build this image on SSD pool. You can anyway change those things if you want to, the size and everything. Right? So in case of member user, they can actually create a VM, launch a VM out of this image, but they cannot create an image, which is blocked for a member user. No, I mean, they cannot create any kind of image. So this is the another ISO conversion which we started. So as a member login, I can actually access the VM. So this will work, but I cannot create any image from here. If I add member admin user, in case of member admin user, I can actually create image. So in case of automation, you should check by different logins if it is working fine. Mm. So let's say if our VM is ready. Um, looks like I switched the page before volume is attached. So basically, VM creation right now is done in multiple phases. So first volume is created and then it is attached to the VM. So I think before doing that, I have switched, so it has missed that. VM is not available right now. Let me create it. So this will change actually. We will be having a asynchronous call. So we'll not be creating volume and then make a server call and then attach the volume to that VM. We are not going to do that. Now we'll have only one call. So I think you see this first volumes call, and then there will be a server call.